Good morning and welcome to today's classroom session. Today we're going to be looking at stock. So I hope everyone can hear me okay. Make sure your speakers are turned up, and I will be recording this and posting it onto YouTube later, and I will send you all the link to it so you'll be able to watch this back in your own time. So at the bottom of your screen you'll see there's a bar and it says Q&A, so you can ask me questions through that at any point during any of this. Okay. So we're just going to jump straight into my test machine. Okay, so you'll notice obviously the pin screen's different on this version because this is the new GDPR version that we're on at the moment. If you haven't upgraded yet, you will need to run the maintenance on your pin screen. So when you come out of shortcuts, if you go main and exit and it will say run the maintenance at the top, it will automatically download in the background. Next time you open shortcuts, your screen will look like this as well. If you have any issues, feel free to give the help desk a call and they will help you out with your download. Okay, so perfect. We're just going to log in and start with the stock. So, the stock. Every product that you sell in the salon or use, so you use on clients, should be in the system. Every single product. So from big brands like Wella to wholesaler things like Aston & Fincher, Sally's, any kind of wholesaler bits that you buy should be in the system as well. So we're going to go through, just have a look at the setup of it all first. So down in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see it says company/line. So if we do the drop down here and select supplier, these will be all your suppliers. So if you want more suppliers going in, you can select business at the top, new at the bottom, and you can add in your own suppliers. So you will need to make all your suppliers, put all your suppliers in first. Then if we switch back to company and line again, if I got my American Crew products here from, if I go details at the bottom again, the spanner, I get my American Crew products from, and then I can do the drop down list with supplier here, and I can type and click Aston & Fincher, done. And then if I add any products into the Aston & Fincher company, they will automatically go into the supplier for Aston & Fincher, for example. Obviously, if you get Wella directly from Wella, Wella will be assigned to Wella, like this here. Details at the corner, bottom, and I get Wella from Wella here underneath. Okay. So first of all, then you need to go through, make sure all your suppliers are in, and then go into the company and line screen and make sure they're associated with each other. So Bumble and Bumble, you get from Bumble and Bumble, and in the corner. So if we open up one of these categories, so you should have all your companies here, American Crew, Wella, etc. If you need to add any more, you would select the title above, which would be business, new at the bottom, and you can add in other ranges. So I could do new at the bottom here, and I could say OPI, for example, and I get that from Aston & Fincher. I can click OPI then, and new again at the bottom, and it's asking for a line. So a line is a title. So here I would come in and put maybe varnishes, and new again at the bottom, and then I could put the actual product in itself. You would then need to put in your buy price, what you buy it in for. Sell price is what you sell it to the public for. And then on the right-hand side here, you'll see it says primary barcode. So this is where you would click in and scan your barcode, and it would put the barcode into the box. Now, if I just click on the screen, it will automatically save it if you click anywhere on the screen. But you'll see it's put in a fake barcode there. So when you see short ones like that with letters in them, it's not a proper barcode. So you will need to come in and delete that one out. Scan your barcode, it will go beep and it will put the number in like that, for example. Okay, so every product in your system should have a buy price, a sell price, and a barcode. So that's retail and professional stock should be in there. If you've already got this set up, your first job would be to come through your system and deactivate anything you don't stock. So that's your first job. So on the right hand side, you'll see there's an active column with ticks. Go through the system, anything they've discontinued, you don't buy in, etc. You can go through and just take the ticks away. When you hit done at the bottom and then go back into the screen again, it will automatically then take out those products I've just deactivated. If you wanted to bring them back, bottom left-hand corner, it says show me inactive. So if I tick that show me inactive box and open up the American Crew again, you'll see there's the ones that I've just deactivated. I can then pop the ticks back in again. I can take the active tick away in the corner again, and it will take it back to normal. Okay, so as I said, your first job is to come through, deactivate anything you don't stock, and make sure every product in your system has a buy price, a sell price if it's a retail product, and a barcode. And as I said, every product in your salon, so retail and professional stock, should be in your system. So you can also, if we right click on this bar here at the top where it's got product, buy, sell, retail, etc. If we go down to properties and scroll down, you'll see it says retail. There we go. And then on the right hand side, it will put the retail column in. So what I could do here is if one of these products is a professional product, you would be able to switch it over here to a professional product. And when it's a professional product, you'll see it goes like italic. So normal case is retail stock, italic would be professional stock. So you can go through your system and associate products to be professional. Okay, so the next job then is to do a stock take. So on the right hand side of your screen, there's a stock take button. So if we go into the stock take button, we can go to new here at the top, and I could type in the company that I want to do a stock take for. So you don't have to do the salon all in one go. You could do brand at a time. You'll see it will put the date in, who's doing it, and the status. So I've put in my stock take that I'm going to do, my American Crew one here, and then at the bottom I'm going to hit next. Now you would hit add at the top, so top right hand corner. And then I can add in the company that I want to do a stock take for. So you can do all of American Crew by hitting American Crew and add, or maybe I just wanted to do the American Crew products, not the other brand underneath. I can click American Crew and hit add, and it will pop them all into the back box. So done at the bottom to get rid of that. And you'll see I've got 41 products there in my system. The computer count is what the computer thinks I should have. So if it's the first time you've done a stock take through the system here, that will all be 0. And then it will say the barcode. So once we're happy that we're going to do a stock take on those products, I would hit start at the bottom, so the green flag. And yes, I want to activate my stock take. Now you only print the stock take form, the top one. You don't need to print the bottom two. Also, in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a tick box that says Print Shortcuts Current Levels. If you tick that tick box, it will print a column on the sheet saying the computer count, so what the computer thinks you should have. So obviously, if I've got the column on there and it says I've got 2 of these and I can only see 1 on the shelf, I might look a bit further in the salon then, looking for the missing product. So I'm just going to untick these for now because I don't want to print anything. And you hit done, and it will then start coming out of your printer. So the idea is then I can print the sheets out and I can give them out to the girls and they can go off and do the stock take for me. So I can hit done in the corner and we carry on with our day as normal. So the girls have gone around the salon then with a pen and the sheet of paper and they've put the numbers down the side, how many you've got of each product. So the reason why I'm saying to deactivate products before you do your stock take was that when we print out the sheet, it will only print the products that you have in the salon, rather than masses and masses of products that you don't even stock or that have been discontinued, etc. So I would try and just check the setup and do all that first and then do a stock take. So once the girls have given you the sheet back, you can go back into stock take again, and you'll see at the moment the status is active. Okay, so we can click into it, the American Crew one. So I'm going to click American Crew and next at the bottom, and it takes us back into the same screen again. So all I would do then at this point would come into the count column and put my numbers in. And if you hit return or tab on your keypad, it will drop down automatically. So if there was 2 of us doing it, you could read the numbers out to me, 0, 1, 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, because this will appear on the same order as what's on your sheet. Now the adjustment value there in the middle is how much money you've lost or found in the salon. So there, that one at the top there, the computer thinks I've got none of those in. I've just told it I've got 1, so technically you found £8 there. Okay. So you pop all your numbers into the count column, and when you finish that, you would hit finish here at the bottom, the flag. It's just telling me that there's some products that I still haven't put numbers in for, but that's fine. So you'll see at the bottom of this box here, it says, would you like to perform a recount, yes or no? So if you hit yes, it will print the sheet out again, but it will only print the products that don't match the computer. So say there's 5 products missing or you found, it will print the sheet out again, but with only those products that are wrong. So you can then give them to the girls and say, could you check these products again for me because they're not matching what the computer says? And they will go around the salon and check again. So generally, I'm going to hit no on that. Congratulations, you've completed your stock take. Done. And done in the corner. Now, the rule is when you've done a stock take, always go back into the stock take and it should say complete by the side of it. It shouldn't say pending, recount, or active, because it wouldn't let me do another stock take on those products until that one is complete. So basically, it doesn't want you doing 2 stock takes on the same products at the same time. Okay. If you have got any old ones that people did from years ago here that are still active, pending, or recount, if you click them and hit delete on the right-hand side, if they're really old ones, you can be able to delete them out and you can start afresh. Generally, it should always say complete when you've finished. So what that does then is it automatically updates your current level there in the middle. So current level is what you currently have in stock. Okay. So your next job after your current level, so after you've done your stock take, is to come into your system and set the minimum level. Now there is a maximum and there is a warning option there as well. So you can use the warning and the maximum as well, but really the minimum one's really the only one you need. So you always want to keep so many in the salon. So popular colours, popular products that you buy in quite a bit, you'll want to keep the numbers higher. Something you haven't used in a year, I would leave as 0. So you can come in, literally put in your number, hit return, and it will drop down to the next one, and you can put your numbers in. If you do use the warning column, you will have to come in to setup and configuration and tick low stock warning, this tick box here. So what that does is when the stock gets to the warning level, so you say, I've currently got 3 of those top ones in there. I'm setting my minimum to 2, but I want it to start popping up with a warning maybe at 3. So when you take the bill or anything like that, it will start popping up telling you you need to do an order. Now, some people find that a little bit annoying, but it's up to you if you want to turn it on or not. But the minimum column is the one that's important, really. So you need to come through and set your minimum levels. Okay. So once you've done that, you've set your minimum levels, you can then do an order through the system. So on the right-hand side, you've got an ordering screen. If we go into the ordering screen, at the top here, it says all. So who do you want to do an order for? So if I select American Crew, for example, and hit new, do you want to do an order for all stock, just retail stock, just professional stock, or promotional stock? I will do all, and it will then tell you what you need to order. So it generates a predicted order for you based on what you currently have in stock and what your minimum levels are. You can then change this yourself. So you could say, oh, I want to order 4 of those. At the moment, you'll be able to add extra products in. So bottom left-hand corner, you can go to add, open up American Crew, and I could say, I'm going to order a few of these as well. And you can add as many products in as you want to. You can delete them out as well. So you can go delete at the bottom corner and delete them out. So it's only a guideline, and then you can change it yourself. Bottom left-hand corner, you'll see there's a client option. If we go to the client option, you can then select a client's name, for example, and you can write in the box then that she's ordered a certain product. So when the order comes in, it will remind you to put that product aside for that particular client. You can save this order at any point. So bottom right-hand corner, there's a save option. So you could do the order, save it, and come back to it later if you wanted to. But once you're happy with your order, you can then hit order at the bottom. Yes, I want to proceed with this order. And I'll show you in a minute where to put an email address in. But if you've got an email address in this supplier's box, it will say, do you want to print this or email this order over? You would have to have Outlook set up on your computer with your email address, and it will go straight from your Outlook account. Okay, I'm just going to hit cancel now because I don't want to print that. So your order's been placed successfully. Done. It will then sit under outstanding here at the top. So basically the order's gone across and we're waiting for the stock to arrive at the salon. You'll be able to go into your email at this point and see it in the sent items on your email as well. And the day carries on as normal. So a couple of days later, the stock arrives at the salon. We go back into ordering again on the right. And we find our order. So it's the American Crew one here. And at the bottom, I can hit receive. I would then check everything here matches everything on the delivery note. If it doesn't, I can add extra products in. I can delete, decrease the numbers of products. So maybe there's only 2 of them in the box. When you decrease the numbers or delete products out, it will ask you, do you want to put this on back order? So back orders when the companies run out themselves and they're going to send you those products next week. If you hit yes, they will put them on back order. It will then separate those products out and you can receive those in next week when they arrive at the salon separately. Just no for now though. Now you'll see by the side of the products there's a line discount option. So with zeros in at the moment. So if they are doing offers on these products at the moment, maybe they're doing 10% off those products, you can put in 10% off and it will work it out for you. So, you know, bigger companies, they do buy a pack of 6 and you get 1 free or 10% off or whatever the product offer is going to be on those particular products at the moment. So you can do it against the line discount, which is individual products here. Or at the bottom, there's an order discount option. So you can go to order discount because maybe you get 10% off the full order when you order over £500, for example. Obviously, there's freight there at the bottom. So if you pay for postage and packaging, I could pop that in there as well. But the idea is we are trying to get this value here at the bottom to match exactly what's on your delivery note. You'll also see there's a verified column here by the side of the products as well. These tick boxes don't actually do anything. They're for you guys to make it a bit easier. So if I was looking at my delivery note, this might be the first product at the top of the list, so I can come through and tick it, then that one, then that one, and then this one's not on the particular list, for example. So I could then delete that product out. So they're not, those verified tick boxes don't actually do anything, but it just makes it easier for you guys then if you're looking at a massive order to go through and just tick the verified box. Now, top right-hand corner, you've got an invoice number, invoice box. So this is where your invoice number should go in. And then once we're happy with that, we can hit receive at the bottom. So we're going to receive the stock in. Yes, we want to receive this invoice in. Your order's been received successfully and done. So what that does then is it pops it under received, and these are all of the orders I've ever received in, the dates I ordered them, the date I received the products in, and how much they cost me. You will be able to go into these ones as well. So there's the one I've just done. And there's a modify option now at the bottom as well. So there's a little spanner. So if you've forgotten to put the invoice number in, etc., you can come in here and you can change anything in here. So you can add products in, change the numbers, whatever you need to do. And it would automatically update. So you can backtrack and put all the invoice numbers in, or add products in if you've made a mistake. Perfect. So once you've received your order in, it will automatically update your current level for you. So if you've ordered 50 products, you don't need to go through the system changing all these numbers. it will automatically do it for you. So you hit receive on the order and it will automatically go and pop those numbers into the current level for you. So down on the bottom right hand corner, if we switch it back to supplier again and clicked American Crew, for example, details at the bottom, you should be filling out this screen for each supplier. So it's your account number with them here in the top right hand corner, their address, phone number, email address, etc. Now this one here on the left hand side is the one it will send it to from your email. So if you're sending it to their inbox, orders at American Crew, it needs to go into that left-hand box. Or if you're sending it to your rep, Bob at American Crew, his email address needs to go into that left-hand box. So you will need to come through each supplier. So come through each supplier, click the supplier name, hit details at the bottom, and fill the screen out for each supplier. So while we're in this supplier screen, you'll also see underneath, it says no supplier. So if I press the plus by no supplier, it will open up, and basically there shouldn't be anything under no supplier here. It just means a product's been added to the system where it hasn't been associated with the supplier. So whatever product that is, you can click the grey square here on the left hand side and I could filter it then under a certain supplier. So basically no supplier should have a red dot by the side of it and there should be nothing underneath. If there is things in there, when I hit order, say I'm doing an American Crew order, it will only come up with the products that I get from the supplier, so from American Crew. So if there's stuff under no supplier here, they won't appear in your order. So that's something you need to check. So that would be stock and products. Where it says company and line at the bottom, switch it to supplier, and there should be nothing under no supplier. So there should be just a red dot by the side of it rather than a yellow cross. If you open it up and there are things underneath there, you'll need to grab the grey squares and just drop them underneath the suppliers here at the top. So they all need filtering under which supplier you get them from. Perfect. So in the salon then, you should have a stock bin or stock bucket of some kind that any professional products that you use on clients, any empties will go into that stock bin or stock bucket. Everyone in the salon should know about this. So when there's a few bits, colours, backwash shampoos, hairsprays, anything that you've used on a client are in the bucket, you'll go clients in the corner and you'll type in hashtag business. There we go. So you'll see it says hashtag business. I hit done and that puts it into the bar at the top. I would then scan my products or add them in manually like I'm doing now. You'll notice the price comes up as 0 because there's no money going in or out of my till. I'm just telling the computer that these products were used in the business. I would then hit end sale on the right hand side and it would print me out a little receipt printer. That can go into your till for the day. And you'll know what products I've scanned out then. So basically any products that you use on clients, so colours, backwash shampoos, etc. Empty containers need to be scanned against hashtag business. So that's clients, hashtag business, scan, 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 end sale to finish it. So what you'll see then in the report section, you'll see there's a professional stock usage report. So this professional stock usage report, if we hit view at the bottom, I can then put a date range in. So if I say this year, for example, view at the bottom, it will then pull my report up. So this is everything that I've used on clients so far this year. So obviously, this would be a business expense. So this report generally would go to your accountant. So I would also be looking at the top selling product report as well. So when I do an order, I might want to pull this report and have a look at it. So these are my top selling products at the moment. This is obviously my test machine. So I'd say, oh, we've sold lots of these particular products. I might want to order more of those in. So you'll see on this particular report, this is a good example one. So total value of sales and the profit. So if you haven't got a buy price in for those particular products, it will say you've made 100% profit on it, when in reality, you haven't even made half. Also in the stock section, there is a bundling section here on the right hand side. So bundles would be, it's not really used too much these days, but if you had some old nail varnishes and you can bundle them together, for example, in like a little Christmas pack. So this isn't things that have come from a supplier, like a Christmas pack from Weller. This would be things that you do yourself. It's obviously most people get proper branded packs these days rather than making their own packs up. But the idea is you could bundle products together at the top box and give them a name. And then if you don't sell them, you would have to unbundle the products here underneath on the right hand side and put them back into your stock again manually. But as I said, it's not really used too much these days. On the right-hand side, you've also got a statistic calculation. So this is generally used for salons that have been open for more than a year. So I could say in here, I'm going to look at the American Crew stuff. You can do a line of stuff if you want to as well. And say you could look at what we sold November and December last year, for example. I'm just going to put any old dates in for now though. And a seasonal uplift, so I think we're going to do 10% better this year. And you can hit compute at the bottom and it will generate an order for you of what you're predicted to sell based on what you sold last year, say for Christmas, November, December. And it will add 10% extra products in, because that's what it thinks you should buy in to cover yourself for November and December this year. So basically what it does, the statistic calculation will produce a predicted order of what it thinks you should buy in based on last year's sales for November, December this year. It will then create the order in the ordering screen for you, and then you can tailor it yourself. Generally, the stock works really well in salons, but you would need to make sure that you put the effort in. I know it's a big job at the beginning, making sure all your products are in, buy price, sell price, barcodes, etc. are all correct. and the stock take, obviously. But once all of the stock take and the minimum levels are in, the stock will pretty much run itself. So we recommend that you do a stock take somewhere between 6 to 9 months rather than every time you need to do an order, which is what you probably do at the moment if you're not using this. So really a stock take is a double check that the system is matching everything you are stocking rather than every time you need to do an order. Perfect. Has anyone got any questions about any of that? Obviously, as I said, I have recorded this and I know I've gone through it reasonably quickly. So you'll be able to watch this back yourself when I send you the link through. Another nice little tip as well while we're here. If we click a particular product and right click on top of it, if I go down to details, and then on the left-hand side, it says movement history, it will tell me exactly what's been going on with this product. So when it was stock takes last, if you've sold any, if any orders have been received with this particular product, and if anyone's been changing your current levels in the system. So if a staff member's been going through, taking a product and changing the number so you don't notice, it will say here who did it and what time, etc., when they did it. So has anyone got any questions on any of that? Please use the Q&A button at the bottom. If you have got any questions later on that you think of, if you want to drop me an email, it's Nicola, Nicola, .Thompson, THOMPSON, at shortcuts.co.uk. And I will get back to you about any questions or queries that you have. And don't forget to upgrade your system for the GDPR stuff. We have done a webinar on that as well. It is on our website and Facebook page. So go and have a listen to the new updates that are going into the system and options, etc. Okay, perfect. Well, if anyone has got anything else, feel free to drop me an email, and I will email you all later on today with the link to this after I pop it up on YouTube. Perfect. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you all on the next one next week. Thanks very much then. Bye-bye.